go. Now it's Denver 24, San Diego 21.
But he's going to come out of the backfield right here and shotgun and just run right up the seam. So he has the two wide receivers outside. One comes inside. LaDanian Tomlinson just goes right up the seam. That was a zone dog there. They had the pressure coming. Rivers sees him. He comes right now. Ecubon was on him. He gets away from Ecubon and runs right past Champ Bailey. Ebenezer Ecubon, the defensive end. That's what a zone dog is. You dog one side, and then you drop the defensive end on the other side. Of course, Ebenezer Ecubon on LaDanian Tomlinson is no match at all, is it?
He's had his problems in Denver, but not tonight. Mentioned that you can split him out. He wasn't split out on that play, of course, in the shotgun flanking Rivers. But you don't know what to do with him there if you're the defense. Either you can run him on an inside give, you can run him on a curl as he did right there. He can stay in the block, which he does with such proficiency as well. 3 touchdowns tonight and a 3-point game. Now Cecil Sapp is back to return the kick. He had a 53-yarder at the outset of the second half, which led to a Jason Elam field goal.
And he's moving around back there, you know, trying to not let Elam know where the ball is going to be, and Kading not know where he's going to be.
And Kading will kick it on a couple of bounces into the end zone, and Sapp will down it there. So Denver starting from the 20 after a 3-and-out. LT.
You know, and just watch the things that he does here. I mean, where he takes the ball, you know, up inside, then bounces it outside, then inside, then runs outside. You know, I mean, he just has, you know, so many moves. But then to go with these moves, he has great speed and strength. And this one here, we saw the runs. Now you need a big play, shotgun, 3rd down, run him on a seam pass. I mean, he can do it all. I mean, there's some guys you try and make up for, but Walter Payton was that guy. I mean, Walter Payton could run it, he could block, he could catch it, he could throw it.
Already a Charger franchise record. Now you got Bell cutting back for a gain of 8. You know, John, I'm thinking about calling him LT, which when I first heard it, I said, no. There's only one LT, and that's Lawrence Taylor. It was tantamount when I heard it to saying, you know, a guy comes into the NBA and you're going to start to call him MJ. No, you're not going to do that. But you know what? He's become LT in his own right.
I think he can be anything he wants. I mean, there's a lot of letters in LaDanian Tomlinson.
That's right.
I think some people do it just for that, so they don't have to go through all the letters.
Good point. If it was Larry Thomas, he'd be Larry Thomas. You're right. This is Bell for a gain of about 5, and that's a 1st down up to the 33-yard line.
And I think the Broncos are in the same position. You can't get away from what you're doing. I mean, just because, you know, the Chargers came back, they're not that far back. I mean, you just keep doing what you're doing, who you are. But I think there is some place here where Jake Plummer hasn't run a lot. He hasn't bootlegged a lot. And I think now, you know, the rest of the 3rd quarter and the 4th quarter is if the bootleg is going to be there, it'll be there now.
2.5 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Toss back to Mike Bell, and the undrafted rookie from Arizona up to the 40-yard line, gain of 7. Marlon McCree makes the tackle.
You know, we always talk about this offensive line and how they can get to the second level. Watch the left guard here, Ben Hamilton, how he'll do it. First of all, you come out there on the tackle, and you just give him a push, then get to that second level, get to that linebacker, and that's the difference between a 2 or 3 yard gain and a 7 or 8 yard gain.
2nd down call of 2 now from the 41-yard line. They give it to Nash, and that's a great tackle at the line of scrimmage. Coming in was Randall Godfrey, the inside linebacker.
And now here's a Bronco offensive line, and we'll just look at, you know, we've been talking about the zone blocking, about the linemen getting to the second level. This is all the linemen getting up there to the second level, getting those linebackers and defensive backs. And there's no one that does it better than this Bronco middle of the offensive line. The tackles are playing pretty well tonight, too.
Yeah, 2 guys who weren't starting at the beginning of the year. On 3rd down and 2, you have a flag here. Clearly movement along the defensive front. Nash was there. Did Godfrey come across.
I was at practice the other day, and I was looking at that rookie left tackle, undrafted.
Offside, defense, 95, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Sean Phillips.
No, I was looking at 64 there, Eric Piers, and here's a guy who's 6'5", 306 pounds, and is really a good player. And you think, how can he not be drafted? I mean, how can you lose a guy 6'5" and 305 pounds? I mean, can play. I mean, he was a great high school wrestler, and I've always liked that combination. An offensive lineman that at some point in either high school or college was a wrestler.
And he played his college football right up the interstate in Fort Collins at Colorado State. Raymond Godfrey makes the tackle on Nash as we're down to the final minute of the third quarter in a battle for first place in the AFC West.
I think one thing that Mike Shanahan knows, because we talked earlier about what a good play caller was. In fact, he's calling plays now without the glasses.
I noticed.
I mean, he's calling right off the top of his head. But he knows that 24-21 is not enough. That he's going to have to score more points. You just can't fold the tent here with just one quarter left to go.
Fake to Bell, then the pass to Bell, and staying right with him with the coverage is Donnie Edwards. Donnie Edwards in his 11th year now, played his college ball at UCLA, stellar early part of his career in Kansas City. And that's going to take us down to the end of the third quarter. LT, what a night. End of the third quarter at Invesco Field with the score. The Denver Broncos 24, the San Diego Chargers 21. Sunday Night Football continues after these messages from your local NBC station.
Tomorrow on Heroes, the clue that defines their destiny is here.
Save the cheerleader, save the world.
Heroes, tomorrow 9/8 Central on NBC.
It might be about paying less at the pump. Or putting less in the air. It might be about driving the car of tomorrow. Or giving something back today. Everyone has their reason. Maybe that's why Toyota has more hybrids on the road than anyone else. Hybrid Synergy Drive from Toyota.
One day it arrives, and some wonder, who brings it? How does it get here? It remains a mystery. Everyone's watching for the AT&T Yellow Pages because no other book is more complete and up-to-date. So choose the book with AT&T on the cover. The new AT&T, your world delivered.
It's here, and it's lighting up San Diego. It's the Toyota Searchlight Savings Event, and it's going on now at all 11 San Diego County Toyota dealers. Get $1,500 cash back or 1.9 financing on 06 Siennas. Get $2,500 back or 2.9 financing on 06 Highlanders. Choose $3,500 back or 0 financing on 06 Sequoias. Toyota Searchlight Savings Event. Toyota, moving forward.
Banged up and bruised in the ER. Weekend Warriors tomorrow.
Now, these are digital photos that are coming right out of the printer. And what they do is they have a guy up there who takes 2 pictures, one at the snap and one right after the snap. Then they put it in a notebook, take it out to the sideline, and give it to Coach Mike Shanahan. Then he's looking at it, so he's looking now to see what the Chargers were doing on defense. So he can go first down, second down, third down. He can go back all the way if he wanted to see goal line or short yardage.
And here's the call on 3rd and 5, and then they only get 4. So Mike Bell takes it to the 46 on the first play of the fourth quarter. Denver, the site. Al Michaels, John Madden, Andrea Kramer, and Mike Shanahan now with a decision on a 4th and 1 at the 45-yard line.
Right, and this is a big decision for Mike Shanahan. I think we've always talked about him being an aggressive play caller, and again, knowing that 3 points against this Charger offense now is not enough.
But also knowing against that potent San Diego offense, you don't want to give him a short field.
I think this is a quarterback sneak, but you better get Jamal Williams blocked.
4th and 1. They're going to toss it to the outside to Bell. And Bell's going to be able to get enough of a block before he gets taken down by Polk to pick up the first down. Rod Smith on the outside, and Mike Bell knew exactly what he needed and just did get there.
Right, and that was a perfect call by Mike Shanahan, because I was thinking about going inside a quarterback sneak, but the Chargers had everything packed in the middle. So that's the thing to do. Fake in the middle and then pitch it and get it to the outside. Rod Smith right there. I mean, once in a while, a wide receiver does have to get you a block. When it's 4th down, the wide receiver better get you a block.
He engaged Drayton Florence, and that was just enough. Now to the fullback, Cecil Sapp, to the 41-yard line. And it will be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, when we were talking to the Bronco coaches the other day, and to Mike Shanahan, they were talking about that maybe not running a lot of bootleg early, but in the second half, maybe get to it. And it looks like that time Jake Plummer handed off to the left, and he faked a bootleg out to the right. And again, I think that we're going to see some bootleg from now on.
Damian Nash is the running back. David Nash and Mike Bell in and out. 2nd down and 8. Plummer to the outside, and that catch is made because Jammer wasn't looking. Walker makes the catch. Quinn Jammer with his back to the play, and Javon Walker is able to haul it in and move it inside the 20-yard line of the 18.
Yeah, you got to give a lot of credit to Jake Plummer on that one. This is a heck of a throw. I mean, there is a guy that is covered now. I know he's your go-to guy, and you want to get him the ball. Jammer's not looking, and Javon Walker just gets a step beyond him, and Jake Plummer puts the ball right there. That was a gutsy throw by Jake Plummer.
Tremendous concentration as well by Javon Walker, his 3rd catch. And now Marty Schottenheimer may want to challenge this, either for possession or being out of bounds.
San Diego is challenging the ruling on the field that the receiver stepped out of bounds. We'll review the spot.
So Corolla will take a look at it, and we will when we come back.
Hey, you got Singular?
No. Sprint.
Sprint mobile broadband downloads 5 times faster than Singular's Edge.
Well, I'm done.
Because in business, it pays to keep moving. Get the power of the nation's largest mobile broadband network. Get a free mobile broadband card. Visit sprint.com/mobile broadband. Sprint. Power up.
Why am I a Dell customer? Because they design solutions around the apps that I use to manage my customers, not around the solution Dell wants to sell. Everything's more open and easier to manage, so Dell doesn't lock me in. They set me free to grow.
Dell PowerEdge 2950 servers feature the reliability of dual-core Intel Xeon processors. It's your enterprise, so every Dell solution is purely you.
Brought to you by the Nissan Titan.
So let's take a look at this as during the break, after Schottenheimer challenges the call. It's clear he doesn't step out beforehand. He's juggling, but he appears to establish the right foot, the left foot, and then the right foot again. The defensive back gets his hand in there, Drayton or Jammer, but he appears to be inbounds with possession. So I would say the chances of this being overturned are very minimal. There's an oddity here. The referee, Bill Carollo, overturns fewer challenges than any referee in the league.
After reviewing the play, it's been determined the receiver caught the ball inbounds with both feet, and the out-of-bounds spot is the correct spot. San Diego is charged with a timeout.
So Carollo's been under the hood 9 times, hasn't overturned anything. We, of course, leave no stone overturned. Have every fact and figure for you. But he's right that time. Right. There was nothing to overturn.
He was right. I mean, because the questionable foot would be his right foot, and I don't think his right foot ever did go out of bounds. Marty's still talking about that one. That was a big play for the Broncos, and that was, as you say, it was a heck of a catch by Javon Walker, but that was some throw by Jake Plummer.
And there is John Elway, who retired after winning a second consecutive Super Bowl back in 1998.
John Elway would have made that throw, and the same throw, and he would have thrown it so hard he would have knocked Javon Walker out of bounds. You talk about a rifle arm or a gun, that was John Elway.
Damian Nash is the running back, first down at the 18-yard line. Plummer to the end zone, and for Walker, and that's incomplete. Jammer is with him again, and it will be second down and 10. This is a big series here for the San Diego defense to try to keep it as a one-possession game, and for Denver to try to stretch it to 10 and not 6.
And you see Quentin Jammer and how far off he is, and he better turn and look for that ball. I mean, that's the thing. That's very, very close to interference. And that's one problem that Quentin Jammer has, is getting interference penalties.
Second down and 10. Quarterback draw. Nothing. 16-yard line. Jacques Césaire is there for the tackle. So another big third down play for the Broncos here. It'll be third down and 7 at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, the Chargers played that very well. What the Broncos did is they went empty backfield, thinking that they would spread the defense out, leave no one in the middle, and then Jake Plummer could run that quarterback draw. Now I think he has to throw the ball. I mean, now he has to drop back and he has to throw, an 8 or 9 yard pass. I'm not saying he has to throw it to the end zone, but obviously he has to throw that 10-yard completion to get that first down.
Big play here. Shanahan's going to take a timeout. Timeout. A big 3rd and 7 when we come back.
Welcome to my casa. It's your boy B. Ken. Here's my foyer. This is my game room. This right here's my new suede couch. To the pool, baby. These are my ladies. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Hey man, who are you?
Steve.
You part of the crew?
No, I'm just here for the Bud Light.
Who gave you that? Wednesday, did you give him that?
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Yeah, this is where I spend most of my... Man, put down my papaya!
Producer Jerry Bruckheimer and director Tony Scott.
Have we met?
No. Denzel Washington, Val Kilmer, and Jim Caviezel this Wednesday. Experience Deja Vu. Deja Vu, rated PG-13, in theaters Wednesday.
Nissan asks, what's your resolution? More power, space, capability. How about saving money during Nissan's National Year-End Sales Event? Get $2,750 Nissan cash back or 1% financing on the Titan King Cab. These offers end soon. Get to your Nissan dealer now and resolve to save.
You've seen how they play.
You cross our white line, it's all.
Now see how they live.
It's all mine. Run, William.
Visit attblueroom.com/sports for exclusive access into your favorite players' worlds.
NBC Thursday.
Nobody's getting back on that bus.
Don't move.
You're out of your mind.
I am trying to keep her alive.
A powerful ER for Thanksgiving. Thursday on NBC.
3rd and 7, 15-yard line. John, what are you thinking here?
Well, you know what I would think is maybe put Javon Walker out there again on Quentin Jammer. Remember how Quentin Jammer was off him? And then instead of throwing a fade or a deep route, just throw a comeback. They're not going to do it because Javon Walker is on this side.
Right, and Drayton Florence is on him. You got Rod Smith to the right side. Plummer out of the shotgun. Drops the ball, picks it up, and they'll tackle him back at the 22, so you don't know what they had in mind here. But now you know that Jason Elam will come in to attempt about a 39-yard field goal.
I'll tell you, of all the times to drop it, remember earlier when we had a Denver Bronco game and Mike Shanahan was saying that he told Jake Plummer that the way a quarterback makes his money in the NFL is on third down. And that's what you expect. I mean, you're going to have first down plays that are good or bad, second down plays good or bad. You have to make the third down play, and that was a big one for the Broncos right there.
Plummer holds for Elam. This from 38 yards. He's 1 for 1 from 42. He's now 2 for 2. So San Diego is able to stiffen, hold him to 3. Still a one-possession game. Denver up by 6 with 11:13 to play.
The Heisman, brought to you by the Nissan Titan.
Looking for your dream home theater system? Circuit City makes it simple. Circuit City's the place to find Sony, Samsung, Panasonic, and more. Stop by today for a game piece and a chance to win a Panasonic Plasma home theater system. Enter your code at CircuitCity.com for a chance to win great prizes, including a $4,000 home theater featuring a Panasonic 50-inch plasma TV and surround sound system with monster cables and professional installation from Fire Dog. Only at Circuit City.
He came from nothing and redefined the American dream.
I buried those cockroaches.
His enemies wanted him dead.
Say hello to my little friend.
But Tony Montana doesn't die that easy. IGN says an overall great game. A must-buy for any Scarface or GTA fan. Nothing short of spectacular. The action is fast-paced and bloody brilliant. The #1 video game in America. Scarface, the world is yours. Rated M for mature.
Every dog has his day. Tuesday. A little girl with the face of an angel.
Handcuffed to the seats.
What turned this little girl into a demon?
I was very bad.
Elle Fanning in an all-new Law & Order SVU. Tuesday on NBC.
Not many backs can stay out there 65 plays, catch it, run it, throw it, and block for you when he needs to.
You know, he probably is as close to reminding me as anyone that I've seen in this league to Barry Sanders.
Talking about number 21, another phenomenal night for him. Just keeps putting new marks in the record book. San Diego will get the ball. Michael Turner running back the kick from the 1. Gets by Perkis and then is out of bounds up near the 45-yard line. Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Nissan, inviting you to shift the way you move through the world. By Sprint, be a better fan with NFL Mobile, only from Sprint. Power up. By Best Buy, wrap up the wow this holiday season only at Best Buy. And by yellowbook.com, quick, local, reliable search online at yellowbook.com. Downtown Denver glowing in the distance. LT, at least 3 touchdowns in 4 consecutive games. That has never been done before. Inside handoff, Tomlinson over the 50. Another first down. He's over 1,000 yards for the season with that rush, as he and Tiki Barber and Frank Gore and Larry Johnson are all in a hot battle for the rushing title. 5th player in the history of the league to begin his career with 6 straight 1,000-yard rushing seasons.
The other thing that he just did on that last run, Al, you don't see a lot of running backs do. He makes moves with his feet, which we know, but he also makes moves with the ball.
Yeah.
You don't see that a lot in this game.
Michael Turner comes in. He of the gaudy 6.5-yard per carry average. Rivers sets up, fires, caught, 25-yard line, and that's Antonio Gates. They find a big tight end at the 24, and another San Diego first down.
And you wonder, why haven't you been doing that all game? It seems like there's something you can do, but Watch here Phillip Rivers, how he stands tall. And when he stands tall and he bounces, he doesn't gain ground going in that pocket, just bounces and waits and waits and waits. And why can he wait? Because he has excellent pass protection. But I like the way he stands tall in the pocket.
Tomlinson back in, out of the shotgun. From the 24, swinging to the outside. That's caught by Antonio Gates. Hey, a couple of guys that must love this. Dan Fouts and John Hadel, probably the two greatest quarterbacks in the history of the Charger franchise. And don't forget their original quarterback was Jack Kemp.
Right, and you always kind of associate with those guys and the passing and the, Air Coryell and the pass offense and Fouts and, of course, Hadel with Sid Gilman and they're coming back to those days for the Chargers. And then when they wear those powder blue uniforms, man, that is it.
Air Marty, 2nd and 4 from the 18. Tomlinson tries to spin around, nothing happening. Stopped at the 17, 8:45 to go, and upcoming a 3rd and 3 for the Chargers.
Now they ought to just take a game and just make all the different moves that LaDanian Tomlinson makes in a game. I mean, there's a new one right there, a spinner. And we know, about his straight arm. We know about his jump cuts, and that one we caught him on a spinner. But this is a big 3rd down now.
Crowd stopping. They built in some give, just like the old stadium. That's why the camera shakes. 3rd and 3.
I think they can still get the ball to Gates.
Rivers. Yep. 1st down, 1st and goal. Lynch makes the tackle. So they did not go to Gates at all for almost half the game. Now they've gone to him 5 times. He's their leading receiver.
And that's probably one of the things that they talked about at halftime, too. And, in fact, I think Marty told Andrea that we have to get the ball to Antonio Gates, and you just know that. So then you put in ways. You put in different things, and, you look and see how they're playing their nickel. They're playing Foxworth on Antonio Gates and nickel, and you see how you can work on him in 1st and 2nd down situations and in nickel situations.
1st and goal. Tomlinson to the outside, then back in, takes it to the 5, gets about 3 yards. He has 83 rushing yards tonight and 74 receiving yards tonight.
He was telling me, a couple of months ago about a game that he used to play as a kid, and I can just see that last round thing about it. Used to be you get like 5 or 6 guys and you throw the ball up in the air and the guy that catches it runs and everyone has to tackle him. He said that was his favorite game, and that's where he learned those moves. You catch the ball, 5 or 6 guys trying, and they could never tackle him.
2nd and goal. Trips left. Rivers to the left. Rivers throws to the back of the end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown. Vincent Jackson at 6'5" and 241, and that's the kind of play you run with a 6'5" guy against a 5'8" defensive back, Darren Williams.
Yeah, again, a perfect throw by Phillip Rivers, and when you get that 6'5" guy, what you can do is just throw it to the back pylon. He's the outside receiver here, and he's just going to run to that pylon. You just throw it right back to that end pylon where either he's going to get it for a touchdown or it's going to be an incomplete pass.
Real close. He looks as if he has possession there. He gets both feet down. Then there's contact from Williams. The side judge is looking right at it, and it's a touchdown. And upstairs, the Bronco defensive assistants are looking at it, and they tell Shanahan, don't even challenge. Save the timeout. The extra point by Kading is good. And San Diego erasing 2 21-point deficits last week. They've erased a 17-point deficit tonight. Chargers by 1. What a game.
Wouldn't it be great to hear exactly what you want on radio? Then say yes to over 130 channels of Sirius satellite radio. Say yes to 100% commercial-free music from rock to pop, hip-hop to country. Yes to every NFL game, the NBA, college sports, and NASCAR coming this January. Yes to comedy, news, talk, and more. To a subscription that's less than 50 cents a day. Say yes and join over 10 million listeners. Say no to regular radio. And now get a radio plus a 3-month subscription for less than $99. Sirius, the best radio on radio.
Nissan asks, what's your resolution? More power, space, capability. How about saving money during Nissan's National Year-End Sales Event? Get $2,750 Nissan cash back or 1% financing on the Titan King Cab. These offers end soon. Get to your Nissan dealer now and resolve to save.
To the right gift. That's why our pledge is to wow everyone on your list.
And now, get the movies, music, and video games they really want and earn double Reward Zone program points. Wrap up the wow, only at Best Buy.
NBC tomorrow. It's a wild week at Studio 60. Including this.
You're about to get fired.
An all-new Studio 60, tomorrow 10/9 Central on NBC.
NFL.com, you can log on and vote your favorite players for the Pro Bowl. I think LaDanian Tomlinson may just be getting a couple of votes tonight.
I think he's going to get a ton of them. But he's the guy that has to be in anyway. I mean, he's the first guy in.
Meanwhile, Rivers, a little shaky in the first half, the interception, and had trouble finding his rhythm. All of a sudden, Phillip now 222 yards. And again, you talk about it, for lack of a better description, and how a young quarterback has it. He's one of the it guys.
Right, and I think the last week was a big thing in that comeback. Once you have that, then you know you can do it, and you can feel the Chargers feeding off that tonight.
Cecil Sapp downs it in the end zone. Plummer is no stranger to fourth quarter comebacks. He's had a lot. He'll need another one. 28-27.
We will control the lows.
On DVD.
Dupree, live with us?
Bring home Dupree. Nice! Just don't expect him to leave.
The downstairs toilet is on the fritz again.
You, me, and Dupree. Own it this Tuesday.
Keep the party moving with McDonald's Dollar Menu. From parfaits to fries to double cheeseburgers.
Master, how do I find enlightenment?
Easy. Yellow Book.
Yellow Book?
We are all searching for something. A new car, a reliable plumber, a comfortable leather sofa. The more choices one has, the easier the quest.
You're saying Yellow Book is the key to it all?
The path to enlightenment starts with Yellow Book. To find the answer, one must look inside.
Yellow Book, not the other book. 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Monday. Start making plans, because tomorrow doesn't recognize phrases like working overtime, especially when the G-Men venture into Jacksonville on ESPN Monday Night Football as the Giants square off with the Jaguars at 8:30.
No team in the history of this league has won consecutive games coming from 17 or more points behind in each game. Look at that, 12,328 games since 1920. Up to the minute, the Chargers are trying to do it. First down from the 20-yard line. And a lot depends on their defense now. Mike Bell up to the 25. San Diego's defensive coordinator is Wade Phillips, with a lot of ties here. It was Wade Phillips who coached the Broncos. He was the head coach here for 2 years, 93 and 94. He was fired, and in came Shanahan.
Wade Phillips, of course, his dad was Bum Phillips, and Wade is one of the top defensive coordinators in football. I mean, he's a real smart guy, and his defense is always play smart.
2nd and 5. This is Bell plugging forward. It's going to be third down and a yard, maybe a yard and a half when they unpile.
You know, it's still tough to run in there on Jamal Williams. You got to kind of find something else that maybe you could do, because, you know, they'll start the double team and he just stands up the double team. And you have to get a push off your double team. And when you don't get a push on your double team, then it's tougher to get to that second level, and there's not much running in there.
Third down, they'll spot it at the 28. So third down and 2. And every third down conversion from here on out, very big. On the ground, Bell gets it, moves the chains. And we'll go inside 5 minutes before the next play. Kyle Johnson, the fullback, leading the way with a block.
You know, Mike Shanahan came in here with a plan that he wasn't going to run Jake Plummer much. It wasn't going to be a lot of play action. It wasn't going to be a lot of bootleg. It was going to be a lot of run, and then drop back pass. And, you know, he's been sticking with the run, and I think that's something you do. You look at, you know, 4 minutes, 55 seconds. You still have plenty of time, so you don't have to rush anything. You don't have to press anything. You just stay with your game plan.
Damian Nash now in. A tailback from the 32-yard line. Fake the sap, and then Nash gets pounded down by Marcus Harris, the second-year outside linebacker, number 92. Read it perfectly, stayed with his man, and turns it into a 7-yard loss.
Like you say, he played that perfectly. And again, he's probably standing out there waiting for the bootleg. So in standing out there and waiting for the bootleg, when the ball goes away, he's also going to get that one, because that was the same thing where you fake to one side and then give it to the back going the other side. That would be the same effect as defending against a bootleg.
Loss of 6 officially, 2nd and 16 from the 26-yard line. Screen. Nash. Nice move. Up to the 37-yard line, spun inside Drayton Florence to make it third and manageable that time. Third down and 4 after a 12-yard gain.
And that was a perfect call against that defense. You're going to see a blitz coming from that side, from the left side of the Broncos offense. It's going to be coming from this side, and they throw the screen to the side of the blitz. So he just invites those pressure guys, gets a screen out there, and then it gets a big chunk of yardage. Like you say, then that puts him in third and manageable, and now he has to manage it.
Third and a big manageable 4. Big play here at the 38-yard line. From the 38, Plummer retreats. To the outside he goes. And Marshall is there. Can he one-hand it? No. Quentin Jammer with the coverage on the play. So they go to Marshall, who had a big play earlier, the rookie out of Central Florida, and he can't handle it.
You know, and you'd think in that situation that they'd be going to Javon Walker. This isn't a bad thing, though, because Marshall is open. But, you know, again, that's what good hands are. You know, is you get the one hand out there, you got to get the other one out, too.
And now Shanahan, the choices here, obviously, do you go for it or do you punt? You have 2 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning, and Mike's going to take one of those timeouts here. So what do you do if you're Mike Shanahan right now? You know, on the other side, you give the ball back to San Diego. You know you've got Tomlinson. And the other thing going on here, too, John, I mean, San Diego is getting over a lot of humps. They got to the playoffs in 2004. Could have gotten there last year, had a ton of injuries. They found Rivers. Tomlinson is in full flower right now. Can they win a close game? They've lost their last 7 games decided by 3 or fewer points.
Yeah, and I think in this situation, though, the Broncos have to punt because they have plenty of time. I mean, you know, if you really believe that you have the best defense in football, then you have to let them play in that situation. Now, I think if you go for it now, and if you don't get it, then you're putting your defense in a tough position. If you punt, you're trusting your defense. If you don't punt, I don't think you trust your defense.
If you were going to punt, you should have punted before the timeout, because that would have left you 2 plus the 2-minute warning. Now you've got 1 plus the 2-minute warning. And when Mike took the timeout, it was obviously in his mind to think about the exact right play and to go for it. So they will go for it on 4th and 4.
Yeah, and then if you knew you were going to go for it on 4th down, I would have probably chosen a different 3rd down play. I think that play was to get a big chunk of yardage, and if you didn't get it, you would probably punt. If I knew I was going to go for it on 4th down, I would have had a shorter type play.
4th and 4. Can they get to the 42.5? Or will they just try to draw them offside? No, they're going to run the play. And the pass is intercepted at the 45 by Drayton Florence. And Florence is out of bounds. So Drayton Florence picks it off and runs it back inside the 25-yard line. That is actually not much worse than had they given up on downs. But right now, San Diego in field goal range, trying to make it at least a 4-point game.
Yeah, he was trying to get the ball to Rod Smith, and Dayton Florence was out there. He was just playing zone, but the thing that he did well in that zone, he got a good bump on Rod Smith, and then he threw Rod Smith's route out, and then he just backed up a little, and Jake Plummer threw it right to him.
So at the 23 now, you have 3:03 left in regulation. The Broncos have 1 timeout and the 2-minute warning. And of course, the big man right now is number 21 out of the backfield. And he can eat the clock and eat the yardage. And he starts by getting to the 18-yard line. And Denver will use its timeout here. So that's it. San Diego will run another play, and then they'll, in all likelihood, have to run one more play before the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And Schottenheimer and Cameron going over that part of the strategy right now.
Cam Cameron was telling us last night that Marty Schottenheimer will say things to him, but Marty also says to Cam Cameron, you don't have to listen to me. He said, if I say something and you don't want to listen, don't listen, because you're the play caller. I think you have to do that as a head coach.
Standings, the winner goes to 8-2, loser to 7-3, with KC at 6-4. And John, you know it's a big situation when Marty puts the headset on, right?
Yeah, right, because he wants to hear, and not only hear, he wants input. But like Cameron said, he doesn't have to listen, and I don't know if he listened to Marty then or not, because he's been calling a good game. Cam Cameron, the offensive coordinator tonight, I think has called an excellent game, especially in the second half. I mean, getting down, and staying steady and staying with your plan.
2nd down and 5 from the 18-yard line. Tomlinson. And they're going to not wrap him up. He's going to get the 1st down. And finally, he is out of bounds at the 5-yard line. And that will stop the clock with 2:45. And that gives Denver its only chance really to stay in the game, because the clock stops here. And it will stop once more at the 2-minute warning.
Watch Tomlinson here, how he jump cuts there. Then as he gets down, he just gets down low. The big thing is he never stops his feet. His feet are always going. But you see, he makes that jump cut there. Then he gets down low. He makes himself small. But his feet are going all the time. He's moving forward, moving sideways, and then moving forward again. Came close to getting pants.
It behooves San Diego here to run a play that takes at least 5 seconds so they can get inside 2:40 and let the clock run down to the 2-minute warning. Otherwise, they'd have to run another play before the 2-minute warning. They need a 5-second play here. And Tomlinson might make it moot. He takes the ball inside the 1. So the play clock right now is 37. So the play clock is 1 second beyond the game clock. So San Diego can now take it to the 2-minute warning, and that'll be the last stoppage of the clock.
Right, I was just going to say, as they take it down there, which they did take it down there, they almost got a touchdown out of it.
Yep. But they took that play took 6 seconds before it was reset. So once they got to 2:39, they didn't have to run another play. Of course, it's all going to be moot if he gets into the end zone anyway. But then again, I don't want to say that, because you score, you kick the extra point. It's still a 1-possession game, and Denver's going to get the ball. Ain't over. Tain't over, McGee. 28-27. Great game. LaDanian Tomlinson, fastest to 100 in history. Pass is caught, and here goes touchdown number 101.
He is something special.
What's up? Nothing. Check this out.
Is that what you call a chair in Minnesota? It's game time. Bring it! Oh, yeah.
Get the widest selection of your favorite team's gear at NFLShop.com.
I want that!
NFLShop.com. Tomorrow on Heroes, find out the meaning of these words.
Save the cheerleaders. Save the world.
Don't hear about it in the morning. Be there tomorrow night. Heroes, tomorrow on NBC.
Last week, ready to flex and ready for anything.
He's going to run it out. He is going to go all the way. The longest play in the history of the National Football League.
Plenty of horsepower.
Touchdown.
That is great.
Desperate for a win. Which stars will shine? Sunday Night Football.
Serious post-game report coming up. Rock star of the game, highlights and interviews. Look back at this one right now with 2 minutes to go. Even if San Diego scores and with a conversion, it's a one-possession game. If you're Denver, you're between a rock and a hard place right now. I mean, in a way, you might as well just let them get into the end zone. You have no timeouts. Take all the time you can when you get the ball back. Otherwise, I mean, if San Diego, let's say, ran a couple of kneel downs, that's going to leave Denver with no time.
Yeah, San Diego would better to run kneel down than to score, because I agree with you. I mean, I hate to say it. I hate to agree with it, but Denver should let San Diego score here.
And here's Rivers. That's half a kneel down.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to score.
He's like creeping. He's creeping in. So they can't run the clock out. It's third down. The one thing you do want to do is get into the end zone, and you don't want to have to kick a field goal and then let Denver score a miracle touchdown and win the game. You at least want to get the touchdown to make it an 8-point game.
Right. So then you have to go for the touchdown.